Hi everybody. Galatians 6 verse 2 says, carry each other's burdens, and this will fulfill the law of Christ. One of the things that we talked about a couple days ago was the fact that we all carry burdens, and that Jesus' yoke that he puts upon us is easy and it will give us rest. But there's another thing that we can do in order to help with the burdens that we carry, and that is to share them. There's another statement that says a shared burden is a lightened load. And one of the things that we can do for each other is not only, it's not about being nosy, but it's letting people know that we're there to care for them, to share in their grief, to share in their hope, and to help to carry the burdens in whichever way that we can. It's one of the privileges we have as fellow believers in Jesus Christ is to be there for one another, to place ourselves not only in community, but in community, taking the opportunity then to walk with each other through the things that we are concerned for, through the things that we're struggling with, through the loads and the burdens that we're carrying. But that requires two things. One, it requires us to be able to make known to our friends and to our colleagues that we are available for them in those deeper areas of life that they might not necessarily be willing to share to just anybody. And secondly, if we're the one who has the burden, it requires us to be willing to share that burden, to actually let it go and help to place that, at least a part of it, on someone else's shoulders to help them carry it. Behind me we have a semi-truck with a flatbed trailer. This trailer is designed to carry burdens, to carry heavy loads. And if you look at the trailer, you'll see that the trailer isn't flat, but actually is curved. It's high in the middle and then low in the front and the back. And that's specifically so that they have the opportunity to put heavy loads on there and it won't crush under the weight, but it'll actually bear down, and when a heavy load is completely on there, the trailer will be almost flat. Now I know that the analogy is not going to exactly translate directly, but part of what happens is when there is a heavy load and we have someone or something that's designed to help to carry that load, it helps to bear the weight of that in a way that it distributes it over a larger area. Just like the flatbed that I just showed you in the video is higher in the middle, so that when the weight goes, it distributes that weight over the whole length of the trailer and helps to distribute the weight equally. Now if you see we as brothers and sisters in Christ as being the trailer, the more that we band together and help each other, the more that weight that load is distributed and placed across a variety of shoulders, and it becomes easier to bear. But there is a caution, and that caution is gossip. One of the reasons that most people don't want to share the stuff that they're going through is they don't want to be the topic of conversation within the community of believers. And that's a really sad thing to hear, because the reality is the more that we do that kind of in-house talking amongst ourselves, the more we reduce our ability as a community to be the load carriers, the burden carriers for our brothers and sisters. So I'd encourage you today, be those people who, number one, are open to sharing the load with others and talking about it, and number two, being willing to bear some of responsibility for carrying other people's burdens upon our shoulders. And in doing so, we can not only help fulfill the law of Christ, but we can actually help a brother and sister maintain and not break under the heavy loads. God bless you, church. Praying for you today.